boys and girls. We are going to read a story and do some writing today. A little bit about being a good friend, but actually, it's mostly about what makes you unique, which also makes you a friend to others and why others want you to be their friend. So it's kind of a different way of looking at it. This story is actually a really good one. It is Elmer. You can kind of figure out what kind of an animal Elmer is. It starts with the same letter as Elmer. He's an elephant. And Elmer is really different and unique. And we'll kind of figure out, he has some troubles in the story, but in the end, it kind of turns out okay. Elmer. Now, this book is so well loved that some of my pages are taped, so they get kind of stuck. So you're going to have to bear with me. There was once a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall and short, fat and thin. All were different, but all were happy, and almost all were the same color. All except Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, the cause was usually Elmer. Imagine trying to lift up an elephant. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Whoever heard of a patchwork elephant, he thought. No wonder they laugh at me. So one morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. "Good morning, Elmer," they said. And you can't really see, they're happy to see him. They have kind of smiles on. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for. A large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it until the berries fell on the ground. Then Elmer lay down and rolled over on the berries this way and that. He picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over until he was covered with berry juice. When he had finished, there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. Elmer looked like any other elephant. On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. "Good morning, elephant," they said. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the other elephants noticed him. He's kind of like, what's going on? As he stood there, Elmer felt that something was wrong, but what? He looked around, same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain cloud, same old elephants. But what's not the same? He's not the same. The other elephants were standing absolutely still, silent, and serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk. At the top of his voice, he shouted, "Boo!" The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter. Then the others began to laugh. "Too bad Elmer isn't here to join in the fun," they said, laughing harder and harder. So they missed him. They wanted him there to laugh with them. And then the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer!" gasped an old elephant, just as he was washed back to normal. "You have played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. What would we do without you?" "We must celebrate this day every year," said another. "The day of Elmer's best joke. All us elephants will decorate ourselves in his honor," said a third, "and Elmer will decorate himself elephant color." And one day each year, the elephants color themselves yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white and have a parade. And if you happen to see an elephant in the Elmer's Day Parade who is just an ordinary elephant color, you will know it must be Elmer. So that must be him. The end. Mrs. Schmidt just loves that story. So, in that story, Elmer is such a good friend to everybody. What does he do that is such a good friend? He always usually is making everybody do what? He's always making everybody laugh, and he's telling jokes. And if the elephants are laughing, they said usually it was Elmer's idea. He was telling a joke. He was being funny, and it kind of made him unique. The word unique, and he's already unique looking, right? That's kind of what made him so sad. He said, "Who ever heard of a colorful elephant? No one wants that." So he went and he turned himself gray, but then he came back, and the animals just said, "Good morning, elephant." They didn't even know it was Elmer. And they all missed him. So Elmer was unique, and that's what made him such a good friend. He was funny, and he helped them laugh. He was such a good friend. They said, well, we wish Elmer was here to see us, even though he was here the whole time. So on your paper, it says, I am unique because. And we put 2 lines because I really want you guys to think really hard about what makes you unique. Why are you a good friend, and what do you bring to other groups of people that maybe is just you? You're the only one that does that thing. Or maybe you're the only one in your group of friends who plays a certain sport or tells the funniest jokes or is super kind. And then you're going to draw a picture about what makes you so unique. So if you were Elmer, you might want to draw Elmer here, and then in a talk bubble, maybe you're going to tell a joke or something. And then I included an Elmer here for you, and he's already kind of patchwork. Patchwork means squares of color, and it kind of comes from like if you were to see a quilt. Quilts are patchwork, patches of cloth are all together. And you can use markers, crayons, colored pencils, even watercolor if mom or dad will let you watercolor in Elmer, and you can color him as well. You can make him a pattern. You can make him just all kind of random colors, because I don't think David McKee, who is the illustrator, I think he just did kind of random. So if you'd like to do that, you can do that as well. I would love to see what makes you unique, because sometimes what I think makes you unique, I didn't even think of. You might think of something new or different. So I would love to see what makes you unique. So take a picture of your writing, and if you finish your Elmer, take a picture of that too, so we can see that. I'd love to see your artwork, because they all always turn out different. We usually do this in the classroom. Okay? All right. Can't wait to see what makes you guys unique. Send it to me or Mrs. Kettleman or both. I would love to see you if you're from the other class, I'd love to see what makes you unique.